Joel Embiid, 70-piece on the San Antonio Spurs. This is after walking past Victor Wembanyama during the pregame and kind of being shocked by how much taller Victor Wembanyama is than him. But Joel Embiid was absolutely spectacular. 21 of 40 from the field. And it didn't even feel like he was forcing it going into the fourth quarter. He was on record telling his teammates, just let it come in the flow of the game. And there was a chance he didn't even have to get back out there, but the Spurs did keep it relatively a game, so he had to get back out there. He was tremendous. No, there's no other way around it. What was your reaction to seeing it happen?
I was watching it actually in dinner, and I was like, damn, he's on pace to get 70. Before I was like, he's gonna get like 60, 70. And I think he had, was it something for 34, 40 at half. I knew he was gonna get the free throws. But yeah, my first reaction was he's a bully. He's a bully, and I was wondering if they were gonna double team. I guess they did when Wemby was off the floor, but I don't know if they double teamed him while Wemby was on the floor. But it was a fun game. They both, took the matchup. I wouldn't say personally, but they took it as a fun, challenge. Wemby played a great game, even though they did lose, and Philly's just a better team. But Joel had a hell of a game, and he made a lot of shots, made a lot of free throws, and he put it together, man. It was a good one. And to me, it was like the things that he was doing is like you can do this damn near all the time. Maybe
Yeah.
not average or score 70, but when you're bullying people, you could really bully people if you wanted to. No matter if they're double team or triple teaming you, you can dive deep down into the paint, bully somebody, put your shoulder in the chest, dunk the ball, or seal them really deep in the paint and be as close as possible whenever you want it. So whenever he decides to do that, I said which he kind of does, but he was unstoppable that night, and it's because he just put his mind to it. Like, you know what, I'm just gonna impose my will in the game and on the paint, and he did that.
Yeah, I want to get to this question that we have about him potentially being the best scorer in the NBA. But one of my first reactions, Danny, to seeing the 70-piece by the end of it, I said to myself, you know what? It's going to be a damn shame if Joel Embiid doesn't win the MVP award this year because he only plays 64 games. If you guys don't know, the NBA instituted a rule for this season and going forward. In order to qualify for all the awards, MVP, All NBA First Team, Defensive Player of the Year, XYZ, you must play a minimum of 65 games. And Joel Embiid has already missed more than a handful of games so far this year. So there is a chance, Danny, regardless of how well he's played, regardless of how well he's put the 76ers in position without James Harden being there, despite the fact he dropped a 70-piece, he could not get MVP. He might not even be able to be on the MVP ballot because he might not play 65 games. I understand the rule. I like the thought behind the rule. I understand what the NBA and the NBPA agreed to do with this rule, but damn, would that be a shame if Joel Embiid misses the cut.
If he's averaging 35 a game and he has 64 games, it'd be absurd to him not win an award for it. But I think they'll have some type of grace. Like I said, you can protest or something with the games that you missed. I think they need to change it to 62, at least allow 20 games. But even then, somebody made a point, if he doesn't win the MVP, it's not like it's a big drop off. There's still Nikola Jokic, who is a really damn good player, and SGA. Shai is killing, man. He's doing his thing. Those guys are very much willing, and if not Giannis, there's a couple other guys that are really good and deserving of it. But obviously, Joel, the way he's playing, he should definitely have the award back to back, and they should give a couple games of a grace period of like, you know what, at least you're close to the 65. It's not 58 or 59. If you're in the 60s, at least above 61. If you're 62-ish, it should be like, okay, 62, 63. You miss it by 2 or 3 games. You know what? We'll make an exception.
What if Joel Embiid gets to, and here's the crazy thing too, like, what if Joel Embiid gets to 64 games, right? They've already clinched the 3 seed or something, or clinched the 2 seed.
And it's a rest. I knew you were gonna go with this.
And,
like a rest game.
And he should rest, right? They've
They
clinched
can do it with Mikal Bridges. Brooklyn can bring him in, start him, play him for 5 minutes, sit his ass down, or just Draymond Green. They came in, he fouled the guy, sit down. He played. So he can still rest, but as long as he enters that game and collects a couple of seconds or a minute or so and is on that floor, it serves as a game played.
Yeah, I understand that.
Could hurt the stats. It'll definitely drop his points.
Definitely drop his points. But for me, I'm one of those people who like to do not per game. I like to do points per minute. I like to evaluate guys per 36 minutes. I think that's a better evaluation. But it is what it is. So I've thought this way for a while, particularly when you started playing with the Sixers, I thought Joel Embiid was a top 5 player in the league. And even when he started to go off, when Ben Simmons was doing the Ben Simmons stuff, disappearing and stuff, I said to myself, bro, this guy might not, he's looking like the best player in the league, and he's looking like the best scorer in the league, because he's got, from a big man perspective, he's got everything you want, and then on top of that, he can hit threes.